Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we're going to go through some team changes, and I can't work. This video has taken me, today's Tuesday. I wasn't even going to do the video today. I still can't work out who I want to bring in. It is so difficult this week. I don't know, do I want to take some risks? Do I want to play like a normal human being plays and just do the normal things? Well, there are some factors now. The way North Melbourne play, it's just absolutely changed everything of my team. Let's go through all these changes and possible scenarios. I've got about 20 different scenarios to pick from, and then I've got the buy rounds. They drive me nuts. Chisels and Zeeble have killed me. And then add day to that, and then all three of them. Anyway, let's go through this now together. Now, let's go with our ranking. What did we score last week? We scored a 1888. It was a top 10% score. We actually went up in rankings. Last time we scored a top 10% score. We dropped down in rankings. I can't work this out. Anyway, we've got a season rank now of 2,500. We're just hanging around this 2,000 mark. My plan was to get to the top 500 by the end of the bye rounds. I don't know if we're going to do this. We can achieve this. We have 3 weeks to get the top 500s. Can it be done? We're going to find out. That's the goal. But making this goal even harder is North Melbourne. Clarko's killed me. They used to have a Clarko cluster back in the old days, okay? Well, as far as 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. And with the Clarko's cluster, Zeebles and Chisels were just racking up points at will, okay? It was just easy points, kick to kick. Well, they no longer have Clarko's cluster. They have a new coach, and they have Aaron Hall. It's destroyed everything, just coming down. Okay, let's continue. Now, let's have a look at our team. Now, who needs to get out of here? Well, have a look at Zeeble. He's 517k. The question I ask you, all right, would you pay 517? How much would you pay for Zeeble right now? All right, if you were to recruit Zeeble into your team, firstly, would you get him? Secondly, how much would you pay for him? Okay, it says here he's averaging 101. That's false advertising. Okay, that's not what he's averaging. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, what he's averaging is this. Okay, let me show you what he's averaging. 88. 71, 59 since Clarko's left, okay? All these scores, that's history, okay? That is a score of was what he scored, not is what he's going to score. This is more like what he is going to score. 59 against Essendon. Essendon league points to defenders. He only scored 59. He lost 51. I wanted to get rid of him last week. I couldn't. I lost 51k. Well, I could have saved 51k, but I made money on my other players that I brought in. I mean, I brought in Ridley. He made 50k. I brought in Briggs. He made 90k. I brought in, who else did I bring in? Okay, Ford. How much did Ford make? He made something as well, maybe 70k. So the players I brought in made cash, but the players I have in my team, some of them lost some cash, especially Zeeble. 50k, that's a huge loss. I should have traded him out last week, but I couldn't. Anyway, talking about, because I needed him for the buy rounds. I was players short last week. I only had I kept him for 59 points. I lost $50,000 just to get 59 extra points. I don't think that was worth it. Anyway, who are we going to trade out this week is the question. That's the key now. We've got so many options, okay, and we also got to factor in the buy rounds, round 14 and round 15, okay? Because this week, we're going to have problems this week. No one should have any problems this week, but let's work it out. Zeeble out, okay? Now, that was one idea, all right? Second idea was to get rid of Day. Plan B, Day, okay? And the third one is going to be Cowan. Right, the three of them out. Now, coming into the team, Now, you may ask, why is Day going? Okay, what did he do wrong? Well, he did a lot wrong. It's coming down. Okay, now Day's value is 440k. I can actually keep him, okay? It's just an option right now. The reason I want to get rid of him is around 14 buy, okay? Now, we're not playing for leagues. We're playing for rank, all right? There's a difference. If I'm playing for leagues, I'll keep Day, all right? I could just keep him. I'm playing for rank. All right, and I want to get to the top. And to get to the top, you need to get rid of these players because he's not playing round 14. And I've got a round 14 problem because I brought round 14 by players in that have value, such as Ridley, Sicily. They all got value, so I brought them in. And they weren't planned to come in, but because there's so much value on offer, I had to take them. Now, what are we going to do? Who's going to come in? Well, for starters, we got a Freo. All right, where's Freo? All right. Now, we're going to bring in, where is he? Fife. Okay, Fife's coming in. Now, Fife at the moment is on fields, but eventually I want Fife on the bench as my spare player. All right, that's the plan. Now, who else do we bring in? Well, let's move these to the defense. Okay, now who else do we bring in? I'm bringing all these to the defense. Actually, I can go back down there. Now, the second plan here is to go to GWS. Okay, and go points scored, and Harry Himmelberg. Now, I'm bringing in around 15 by player, all right? Now, Harry Himmelberg also has a high break even. I mean, it's not high. I mean, when it pops up, you'll see it's around about 80-ish, okay? Now, he should easily get that, so he might go up, if he gets 100, where is it, 78. So if he gets, let's say, 100 again, he'll go up by 10k. So I'm going to miss out on 10k, then he's going to have an even higher break even the following week. And the following week, it's followed by a buy coming up. The risk with Himmelberg is what happens if all the players come back. Does he go to the forward line? That is a risk, okay? And I try to look for information on GWS website, see what the coach said. Nothing, all right? They said nothing. Now, what happens when Taylor comes back? They're going to have Ash coming, all of them in defence. And also, there's also Hayes to come back. Now, what I noticed from GWS is they play a 7-man defence now, okay? It's no longer a 6-man defence, it's a 7-man defence. So there is room for one more player at GWS. And also at GWS, they got in some young kids, okay? And they're still pretty tall up there. They're not short, okay? And I have a feeling they need 8 defenders, GWS, because 7 for defence and 1 player on the bench to rotate all 8 of them. So I have a feeling. It's only a feeling, okay? So it's not a factual feeling. It's just a feeling. Just coming down. I have a feeling that Himmelberg is going to play in defence for the rest of the year. That's what I'm hoping. Now, keep in mind also, he's out of contract, hasn't re-signed yet, and his favourite position is in defence. And because he's not playing there, he hasn't I have a feeling he hasn't re-signed for that reason. I'm only guessing, just coming down. I'm just making up rumours now. They're not facts, but these are possibilities. And so maybe the coach is trying to keep him happy, all right, and say, okay, just play defence. We're not going to win. We're not going to win the premiership this year. We're not going to make the finals. Maybe he's going to be a defender. So I'm going to risk it now. This is the plan. I haven't risked it yet. I can still wait one more week and risk it. But as an option, Himmelberg this week comes into our defence, all right. And the next player to come in is going to be anyone I want, all right. So now it virtually has to be a Freo, Sydney, okay, Brisbane Lions. Get down here, Sydney, Brisbane. It has to be a player of the bye round, okay. So no one besides these players. So where are we? And St Kilda, one of these players. Now who do we want? Average. Who are we going to bring in? Now have a look at Warner's latest history, okay. His last 5 scores, 112, 137, 104, 98, 123. Before that, he wasn't scoring that well. But lately, he's gone nuts, all right? However, we've still got one more player to come into this team, and I'm not sure if it's going to affect him or not, but I don't think it's going to affect him, okay? So, Warner is an option at 552k, but if you're going to spend 552k, you might as well get 577 and spend it on Lockie Neal. So that's my option this week. This is plan A. Okay, let's complete this trade. Okay, trade's done. Now, as for the buy rounds, what happens? Okay, let's have a look. Buy rounds, round 14. Okay, now Constable, Sinclair and Himmelberg, so we'll cover these two spots. So we'll have two missing here. Neil will cover this spot here, so we'll have two missing there, and Marshall will cover there. So we'll have four missing, and if Sharp doesn't play, we can trade out Mitchell and bring in a rookie to replace Sharp. Okay, so we can still have 18. So in regards to 18, it works. Okay, this is plan A. This is hoping that Chincotta plays as well. Okay. So this is plan A, or first plan. All right, let's go to our next one. Now we go to plan B. Now in this plan, we only bring in two players and trade out two players. Zeeble, that's one, and Cowan, that's two. Now Zeeble gets replaced by Fife. All right, so you're making a big cash grab here. How much are you grabbing? Now, most likely they're going to score the same. So, Fife and Zeeble, if they score the same, that's 260, 280k you're making, or 270k between a Zeeble and Fife trade, all right? And then you're just upgrading Cowan. And with Cowan, again, you can go to anyone, and again, we're going to go to Neil, okay? This is plan B. Where's Lockie Neal? Okay, Lockie Neal. Now, with this plan, we do have a problem, okay? The round 14 buy. If we show the buys in round 14, now we have one less here. So Sinclair comes here. Now we're missing 3 here. Neil comes over here. We're missing 4, 5. Okay, missing 5 players. If we trade out Mitchell, we'll be missing 4 players, and we're just hoping that Sharp plays. Okay, so we may have a problem. Or what we can do, no, it's a problem. Okay. Yeah, it's a big problem. What we can do is then maybe trade out Day if we have to. Now, is Day going to lose some cash? Break it in 1 or 2. He's probably going to lose some cash as well. Who's he playing this week? Brisbane Lions. Okay, he may not lose cash. They're not going to tag. Thank God they're not going to tag him. Okay, so if he scores 100, he won't lose cash. So that's another option. At the MCG, how does he play? He scored 88 against Melbourne, 107 against Geelong, and 60 against Essendon. So it's not like he sets the world on fire at the MCG. Anyway, that's another plan. Now, plan C. Now we go to plan C. Okay, our third plan. Again, it involves Zeeble. It involves Gawn. Okay, because we're happy with Briggs' performance. We'll just keep Briggs. We're going to move Madden over there. Now, with this plan, we can actually put Madden back down there, because with this plan, we can bring in English. Okay, so many options, okay? And also, but we're sort of sidewaysing now, but we're improving our rucks. And also, virtually here, you can bring anyone, and we're going to, again, go for Fife, okay? Because Fife's, I really want Fife this week. There's no ifs or buts about Fife. He's coming in regardless this week, because at his price, I need him as a spare on the bench. So that's 400k spare. We can actually bring in someone else. Get rid of Cowan. Move Constable there. Who else can we bring in? Well, let's go back to Brisbane Lions and bring in Lockie Neal. Okay, so this is another plan. Now, what happens with this plan is it helps. Well, it sort of helps the round 14 buy, but it sort of brings problems to the round 15 buy. Yeah, so that's another idea. Although I do like this idea as well. And then later on, we're just going to trade out Briggs. It's a plan, okay? But I'm sort of, because English now at 607k, this is as cheap as you can get him now. Last week was his cheapest, but I couldn't get him last week because I had to bring in Briggs. So English at 607k, you're not going to get him any cheaper. Now, at the end of the year, if you don't have English, how are you going to win this thing, okay? It's not going to be he's going to play Port Adelaide. The last time he played Port Adelaide, he scored 139, 140, and following week, it's against North Melbourne, so it's a bit tougher. Then it's against Freo. The last time he played Freo, he scored 130. And that was at Optus Stadium. So, and then he has Collingwood. He'll smash Collingwood. So, you sort of need him. That's the problem. And I can't afford him. Just come a deal. Alright, so this is the only chance I got to bring him in is this week. So that's another option. Alright. Now, another option, and this is left of field. This is way left of field now. Let me show you this option. Now, this option here, you need some culionis. You need to grow them. Okay, this one is for the crazy man. Okay, this is the crazy man option. Now, Zeeble out. Okay, who else goes out of here? Well, Zeeble out, Cowan out. We need to get rid of one more, because we need 3 of them. Okay, and we're going to keep Sheasels. Let's just say Mitchell out. Okay, that's 3 outs. So who comes in? Well, this is the fun part now. We go back to Freo. Okay, 5 is 1. Alright, so 5 in. We go to GWS. And we bring in Himmelberg. Okay. We push Constable into there. Then we go to Adelaide. And we bring in Keys. Now, what I've done here is I've brought in a round 14 by player, round 12 and round 15, so one of each, okay? And I've got rid of one of each. Well, one doesn't even play. But that, and I've got 277k spare for next week, but I've brought in virtually 3 possible primos. The word possible, okay? Because they could be 3 absolutely spuds, okay? They could be join Setterfield, Shark Island, they might join him, or they could be champions, okay? They could go to the moon or to Mars, just come down. But it's a possible move that could work. It can massive. You're getting rid of 3 players, okay, who aren't scoring much, for 3 players that can all go 100 on any given day if they hit peak form. There's actually another one which you can bring in as well. If you don't bring in Himmelberg this week, forget Himmelberg, okay? And you can actually even go to West Coast and be more of a madman, okay? And go for Elliot Yeo. Now, again, it's... And then you got 300k. And then you can bring Himmelberg next week. I actually don't mind this trade. It sounds crazy, okay? It sounds absolutely ridiculous, okay? I actually don't mind it. It's a huge risk. But what I'm doing now, look at the cash. I've got... where is it? 300k cash on field. Let's say this is a normal round. Let's say it's round 16. So on field, who we got? Okay, now we got Keys. He can go there. Okay. Well, let's say Gawn's going to leave us. Okay. We're going to keep Briggs because we're going psycho, and we're actually we're as good as full primo if you include Sheasel, 5. Keys, Yo as primos, and Day, and Briggs. But it's as good as full primo, okay? And we've got Gorn on the bench, and we've got 300k spare, alright? And what we can do now with this team is we can actually bring in more spares. Let me show you. Now, we just get the calculator out, okay? We've got 296k, 296, plus 495, okay? Plus, who else can we get rid of? We got Chincotta, 235, 235, plus, so that's 2 players gone. Let's say Ford, when he gets to around about 250, which will be probably soon, so let's say 250, okay, Ford, equals, we've got 1.276 to spend on 3 players. That will give us 2 trades left, but we've got 3 players. We can actually bring in 3 primos now, and put a primo on every line, besides what we already got here. This is ridiculous, okay? Let me show you. Now, which 3 primos would we go for? Okay, well, let's go to GWS, okay? Let's go to Himmelberg. So that's 369k. Let's say he's he adds another 10k to his price. Let's say he's 380k next week. So let's go back to our calculator. 1276 minus 380. Okay, that equals 896. Who else can we bring in? Well, let me just show you now. Now, we can bring in either Jeremy Cameron or Tom Hawkins on the bench. We'll put them on the bench. When they have a big game, we'll put them on field. Geelong normally have the early games anyway, so we can take 896 minus 447 equals. We still got 449k to spare. Who else can we bring in? Well, let me just show you now. Just come down. Well, there's Callum Mills at 471k. He's got a break even at 171. He'll be under 440k within a couple of weeks, so we can bring him in. Okay, well, that's when he comes back to play. Now, when is he due back? It says round 14, so we can bring him in round 15. There's no rush, okay? We can bring him in round 15, even round 16. Doesn't matter. But we can still bring him in. And then what happens? Let's have a look at our team. Well, our team will look like this. I should get to our team. Where's our team? My team. Okay, so then our team, 2 trades left, no cash left, okay? But we'll have Yo fighting here with Harry Himmelberg. Okay, that's one spot. We'll have Keys, Day, and Mills looping over here. And over here, we'll have Nat Fife, Sheasel, as well as Tom Hawkins or Cameron looping here. We'll have them all. Okay, we can even bring in Darcy Cameron if we have to. But I don't want to. I'm happy with Briggs and Marshall. Anyway, that's another option. Well, we can have 18 primos, but they're not the highest end. We don't have English. We don't have Oliver. That's pretty much all we're missing. English and Oliver. Okay, the rest we have. Just come down. Okay, but we have 3 extra primos on the bench. Okay, that's an option. Let's continue. Now, this is another option. Okay, we're going back to our Zeeble and Fife trade. Okay, we've got 512k spare. We've got a lot of cash. Now, we can get rid of Sheasels now and keep Day. But the problem is the by 14 round, we are in absolute trouble. Okay, round 14, we're gone. But we can do this trade, okay? Get rid of Zeeble. Then, in our forward line, we're going to push Cornelius into the forward line. We can then bring in, we can also get rid of Cowan, because he's not playing. There's no point staying there. Now, push Will Day into defence. Into the defence. And we've got nearly 1.2 mil to spare. Okay, now we can bring in 2 players. Okay, and pretty much anyone you want. So let's go back to Brisbane Lions. Okay, let's bring in Lockie Neal. Now, note Lockie Neal, he's 98k cheaper than his starting price. That's a massive discount. And looks like he's hitting form now. Break even 86. He's going to go up in price. Not a lot. Maybe 10k. But you might as well get him. I mean, his last 2 scores have been great. Last 5 weeks, just 1 bad game. Okay? Well, last 7 weeks, 2 bad games, 1 big one. He's doing okay. He's not setting the world on fire, but he's doing okay. It's not the same knocking Neal as last year because Dunkley is in the team, so he sort of stopped him. But let's put Neal there, okay? We've got 603k to spare. You can get anyone else you want, all right? Now, just to save some cash, I mean, we can go to Freo and bring in Brayshaw, or we can go to St Kilda and bring in Steele. Now, Steele hasn't shown much. Badly out of form, okay? Like, badly out of form. Yeah, these are pretty poor scores, okay? But especially last week, it was disaster last week. 62. Now, he's not going to lose much cash, all right? So he's pretty much at his rock bottom right now, 520. He may lose the following week, but this week he plays Sydney, then Richmond. So he's going to score against them. So I don't mind bringing in Steele. He's also had a break. All right? He had an extra week rest. He was injured. Okay, should be good to go now. So that's an option. Now, by doing this, check out round 14 buyout. It's disaster because I've round 14 buy. Okay, Sinclair goes there. We've got 3 missing here. We've got 5 missing. Okay, with 5 missing, and as provided at Sharp plays, we've got 5 missing. We're going to trade out Mitchell. That'll be 4 missing. We're going to have to take a donut. Yeah, we'll take a donut for this game. If Sharp plays, there's no donuts. Just come it down. If Sharp doesn't play, and the chances are he won't play, we'll cut the donut. But then again, Drury might play, but the chance of that is Buckley's as well. He's not going to play. So, round 14, we're looking at a donuts. Now, let's continue. Now, I would love to say to you what my changes are this week, or what my trades are. I honestly haven't decided. I can't decide. I need something to tell me, to hit me in the head and say, this is what you're going to pick. I can't pick. It's so hard. It's like you go to the lolly shop, okay? All these lollies there, you don't know which one to take. They're all so nice. I can't pick. So I'm going to give you my final team on Thursday, okay? The only thing I can tell you that I am going to do is Fife's coming in to replace Zeeble. That's 100%, okay? The rest of it just varies because there's so many different options. Yeah. Now, what have you decided to do? And let me know, which one of my picks did you like the most? Because I don't know myself which one I like. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.